Hello everyone, I am Professor Rupali Shewale from Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, KBT College of Engineering, Department of Computer Engineering, Nasik. So today we are going to discuss about the minimization technique. So there are different logic design minimization technique. One of them is K-map. So today we are going to study how to minimize the Boolean function using K-map. In the K-map, we are going to study the different variable K-map like 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable K-map, and using Quine-Michael-Cuspi method, how to solve the expressions. So representation of sign numbers, sign magnitude representations using 1's complement and 2's complement form, sum of the product of sum form, and how to minimize that SOP and POS expression using the K-map we'll study soon. So digital system supports only binary data. High is represented as a logic 1 and low is represented as a logic 0. So that means logic, positive logic and negative logic. So always the high is represented as a logic 1 and low is represented as a logic 0. And that high input is always connected to the VCC and low input is always connected to the ground. In the digital system, it is defined by the Boolean expressions or truth table or state diagram. The requirements and inputs of the gates can be reduced by simplifying the Boolean expressions. Following are the three simplification methods: Boolean method, second one is the K-map method, and third one is the Quine-Michael-Cuspi method. So first of all, we will study the Boolean laws to solve the Boolean expressions. First one is the commutative law. Any binary operations which satisfy the following expressions is referred as a commutative law. So in the commutative law, first law is A into B is equal to B into A. That means if we change the number of sequence of input, it doesn't matter. Same in case of this A plus B, if we change the sequence of as a B plus A, it doesn't matter. So the input sequence in the commutative law doesn't matter if we change the sequence of variable. So output of logic circuit will be the same. Second one is the associative law. These laws states that the order in which the logic operations are performed is irrelevant as their effect is the same. So in associative laws, first example here, A into B in bracket, then we multiply this two variable with the C. So it is equivalent to A multiplied with these two variables B and C. Means if we change again multiplication sequence of variables, the output will be again same. Same in case of A plus B in bracket, so plus again C. So if we write the same equation using A plus in bracket again B plus C, so output will be the same. Third one is the distributive law. Distributive law states that A into in bracket B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. So this is the distributive law. In distributive law, this variable is multiplied with that particular variable plus again this common variable is multiplied with this variable. So finally, the multiplication of this into variable is AB plus AC. So that is called as distributive law. Next one is AND law. So in AND laws, we already studied the logical AND operations. In AND truth table also, if both the inputs are high, that only the output will be 1. Same in AND laws, it uses the AND operations, logical AND operations. Therefore, they are called as AND laws. First law is that A into 0 is equal to 0. In simple, when we multiply any number with 0, the output will be 0. Second, A into 1 is equal to 1. When we multiply the input with that particular number 1, that time output will be A. In this case, we consider A is equal to 0. Suppose, so 0 into 1 means what? Suppose A value is 0. When you multiply it with the 1, the output will be 0. Same for first case also. If we consider the A value as a 0, the output will be 0. If we consider the A input as a 1, then also the output will be 0 because it is multiplying with the 0. So it depends on the value of A, whatever the input you are going to apply. Next is again a into a, means suppose a value is 0 0. So 0 into 0 0, it will comes again the a value. If input is 1, a is considered as 1, so 1 into 1 1. So this is the third AND loss. And next one is again a into a bar is equal to 0. Suppose we consider a as a 1, so a's complement is again 0. 1 into 0 is equal to 0. Next law, that is OR laws. This laws uses the logical OR operations. Therefore, it is called as OR laws. So, a plus 0 is equal to a. Again, in this case, suppose we consider the a value as a 0. So, 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So, that means a plus 0 is equal to a. A plus 1 is equal to 1. If we consider the a value here 0, so 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Suppose you consider the value of a as a 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to what? It is again 1, not 0. Because in OR operations, if any one of the input is high, the output will be high in OR truth table, right? So that's why if you consider a value as a 0 or 1, so output will be same 1 here, because already that value is added with 1. Next is a plus a is equal to a. Here we consider the value of a is as a 0. So 0 plus again 0 makes 0. If you take the value of a as a 1, so 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Because any one of the input is 1, the output will be 1. Next OR law is a plus a bar is equal to 1. So here the a value is 0 and 0 plus 1 is equal to what? 1, because here already the 1 input is present over here. So this is OR laws. Next we will study the inversion law. What is the inversion law? Actually this law uses the NOT operations. The inversion law states that double inversion of that particular variable result is same like your original variable itself. Means if you consider the value of a as a 0, so inversion of 0 is 1. When you take again the inversion of 1, output will be 0. Means 2 times when you invert that particular input value, you will get the same output value of input. Next, Boolean algebra. So Boolean algebra can be used to analyze a logic circuit and express its operations mathematically. It plays a very important role in the digital system design. Same, Boolean theorems are also very important when you solve the Boolean expressions. So Boolean theorems help us to minimize the Boolean equations. When you want to reduce the expressions, we required Boolean theorem also. So they are also known as single variable Boolean theorem or multivariable theorems. It depends on the number of variables it involved. De Morgan's theorem. De Morgan's theorem we apply when we solve the Boolean expression, when we try to reduce the size of that expressions. These theorems also play an important role in the simplification of Boolean expressions. First theorem is that it states that the complement of sum of the digital signal is equal to the product of its complement. Yes, in the first theorem, we are going to study that a plus b bar is equal to a bar into b bar. So means a plus b bar, that is nothing but the NOR, and it is equivalent to the bubble ANDing operations. When you perform the ORing of these two input variables, so it is equivalent to the ANDing of that particular invert input variables. Second theorem is that it states that the complement of product of digital system is equal to the sum of complements. Means a into b bar is equal to a bar plus b bar. That means the input of that particular NAND variable is equivalent to the ORing of that particular variables. Means we perform the NANDing of these two inputs is equivalent to the bubble operations of that particular or operations of that particular input variables. So a into b bar is equal to a bar plus b bar. Minimization of Boolean function using K-map. So we are going to study the different types of K-map variables, limitations of algebraic simplifications. Why we move towards the K-map? So using also Boolean algebra or De Morgan's theorem, we try to reduce the Boolean expressions. But why we need K-map? Because there are so many restrictions in the Boolean function of that algebraic simplification. So that's why we are using K-map. So there is no easy way to tell whether the simplified expression is in its simplest form or it can be simplified further. This problem is overcome in the K-map method and Quine-McCluskey procedure by providing the systematic method for simplifying switching functions. So K-map is graphical representation of Boolean expressions. So the number of cells in a K-maps depends upon the number of variables in the Boolean expressions. So it depends on that particular variable, how many variables you are going to use in that particular K-map structure. K-map can be used from 2 variables to 6 variables. So 2 variable, 4 cells, 3 variable, 8 cells, 4 variable, 16 cells. So we are actually studying the 2 variable, 3 variable and 4 variable K-map. So K-map, its full form is Karnaugh map. When a function is realized using AND and OR gates, the cost of realizing the function is directly related to the number of gates and gate inputs. The Karnaugh map technique developed that lead directly to the minimum cost 2-level circuits composed of AND and OR gates, an expression consisting of sum of products and correspond directly to 2-level responding composed of AND gates feeding a single OR gate. Similarly, a product of sum expressions corresponding to 2-level circuits composed of OR gate feeding a single AND gate. So minimum cost 2-level AND OR gate circuit, we must find minimum expression in the sum of product and product of sum forms. Karnaugh map truth tables are convenient for form to represent the equations, but they don't aid the simplification of logic expressions. Karnaugh maps are similar to the TTs or transistors and they lead to the graphical when we are using the K-map structure, we are solving that particular truth table using the particular K-map structure. If you are using 2 variable K-map, so it uses the 2 variable structure. If 3 variables are used in that particular expression, we use the 3 variable K-map. Likewise, a K-map is a multi-dimensional tabulation of functions values. Each mean term is assigned an entry or cell in the table. The cell contains the value of functions for the corresponding mean terms. So these are the types of K-map. 1 variable K-map, 2 variable K-map, 3 variable K-map, 4 variable K-map and 5 variable K-map. 2 variable K-map, 3 variable and 4 variable K-map structure. These are the this is 2 variable K-map structure. In the 2 variable K-map structure, we require the 4 cells A and B. Here the 0, 1 for A input and for B input the value is 0 and 1 here. This is 3 variable K-map. For 3 variable K-map, for one side we take the A value, it may be either 0 or 1, and for B, C, it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So why we not take in sequence 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So as per the grayscale, this is the structure of that 3 variable K-map. In 4 variable K-map A, B, C, D, so 0, A, B, C, D, again we take the sequence. Here A, B, C, D, we take the variable sequence like this. So it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Same for CD, it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. As per the grayscale format or scale, that particular K-map structure format, we use this sequence to reduce the Boolean expressions. When we use the grayscale format, we will get the minimized expression. That's why this structure is defined by the Karnaugh map. We are using this structure. So actual K-map we'll study in the next part. So we'll stop here.